imagine hearing, right, you're about to get dropped on. You're about to get you don't drive to survive, you're about to get dropped.
Speaking of Drive to Survive, that's what I can't wait to see next season. This moment when Daniel, because you know what they're going to do? They're going to bring him back into the seat and he's going to sit down and it's like, I'm back, baby. You know it's going to be such a Danny Rick moment where they just bring him back in the seat, he sits down and goes, yeah, I'm back.
He's going to say a corny ass joke and everybody's
back. Yeah.
Oh my
Danny
God.
Rick, back again.
Something like I'll put money on that. I will put money on that.
I told you we got the scoop. We got the scoop.
Welcome everyone to Wheelie Up, where three fat women talk all things Formula One. We've had a little break. We've been away. It's been a minute since we've been together. We've had a lot going on, personally and work-wise. Anyhow.
I was going to say, Simone, I don't think it's been a break. I think everyone has been working their ass off. And It's been a break from the podcast because everyone's been working their ass off on other work. And you guys specifically, the World Cup.
Work. The World Cup's happened. England are doing decently well. I was really hoping Nigeria would win the other day because, you know, even though I live in England, I am 100% Nigerian. So I was really hoping Nigeria could do it, but they didn't. But it's fine. The second penalties went, I took off my Nigeria top and put on my England one. So all good.
World Cup madness at work. It's been extreme. Like it's just been like back to back. Obviously, we are broadcasting it sharing it with the BBC. So you know our call times are ridiculous. It's a lot. But yeah, obviously you know Jamaica went out to Colombia. It was a sad day, but you know, it is what it is. I'm so proud of how far Nigeria and Jamaica came because honestly, like we have no money.
Yes.
We ain't enough funds. We have nothing. You know, for us to get that far, I'm so proud of them. So proud of them. But anywho, we move. Chanise, how you been?
Well, I kind of feel bad in a way because although I have been working and I've got a lot on and my August is busy, I would say that I've not been here more so because I've been partying. Like honestly, the first night I got back, because I literally spent I had 2 days at this drum and bass festival, and then my friends insisted we book tickets to after parties, and I was like, guys, please, I can't go to these after parties after the festival. And the first night, Saturday night, I did not make it to the after parties. I'm going home and I'm going to bed. But then the second night, I did pull through, and I was like, I'm going to the after party for the second day. But when I got back, honestly, the first night. This is so shame. I can't believe I'm even saying this on the podcast. The first day, I was craving protein and the salad and stuff so much, and I couldn't go to the shop. I couldn't go to the supermarket. So I had a can of tuna and a can of sweet corn for dinner.
You're ghetto.
Did you have some mayonnaise? Did you not put mayonnaise and mix?
Yeah, I put some vegan mayo on it, which was a bit more aioli. So it was nice because the idea was I was going to have that filling with a jacket potato.
Yeah,
but I just couldn't even do the potato. And also, my body didn't want a potato. It was like I need tuna and sweet corn.
You know what, Chanise? There was a time I was watching a Nigerian match at 3:30 in the morning, and I did the exact same thing. I had tuna and sweet corn mixed with mayo, and I ate it like that because I was about to toast the bread. I couldn't do it.
It is ghetto, don't get me wrong, but I just felt my body needed it. And I was just eating other weird things after that, like boiled eggs and weird stuff that I've never really eaten or I don't really eat. You know, I was just like, what is going on? So I've got a lot more raves. In fact, I was just saying podcasts going forward, most Sundays I'm not even at my house now for the next set of races, so I'm gonna have to catch up after the races because I'm out at so many. I'm going Chemical Brothers, Dimensions, Foreverland, Lost Village Festival. I've just got booked. Yeah.
Someone's living.
Trust me.
But that was it, because last summer, as you guys know, I was presenting the Commonwealth Games, I was doing the 100. That's when we did our first pilot episode, right? And I was so busy. I was like you guys, I was working myself to death. And I thought, next summer, you see me, I'm out. And I'm out.
I love this for you.
I love it.
This for you. All right. So since we last spoke, since we did a podcast, because we've obviously spoken since then, we've had 2 races. We've had Hungary and we've had the Belgian Spa Grand Prix.
Yes.
Both, in my opinion, quite boring races. Like, Hungary did get me excited because in qualifying, oh my gosh, Lewis qualified first. Like, he was on pole position. It was giving 2021 vibes. It was giving pre Max Verstappen vibes, and I was here for it. I was like, wow, I have not had this feeling in such a long time. Like, god damn, feels good. Look at you. Look at you setting fastest sectors and all of that. And the excitement for Team LH on the internet was just immense. Like, girls, did you see it? Did you watch it?
I watched it. Oh my god. Do you know what? Actually, no, I didn't watch it. I was out. Yes, I was out and about and I didn't watch it.
Wedding?
Huh?
Was it a wedding?
Yeah. I was being a bridesmaid at a wedding. One of my girls has getting married. So I wasn't really too bummed out about it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. But then I checked my notifications and I saw that Lewis came first. So when I got back home, I watched the entire qualifying. That's the first time I've ever gone back and watched a whole qualifying session, because I wanted to know what happened in Q1, what happened in Q2, how did Lewis get that fastest lap? And then when I saw, I don't think it even went purple. It went green, then purple. And I was like, did Lewis just make both?
Yeah.
I
So
couldn't.
you didn't know, you didn't see the results before that moment?
I saw the Team LH going off, yeah, and I was thinking, okay, no, I'm gonna put my phone down. I'm not going on Twitter. I'm not gonna watch anything. And then I watched it all when I got back in, and I'm like, oh my god, he actually did it on pole. I was so excited to go watch that race. Then obviously we'll get to the race, but disappointment.
Well, that's what was making me laugh, because I remember that, because I had to go back and watch the race, but the first thing that I saw was Anita in the chat being like, nah man, that Grand Prix was dead. And I was just like, oh no, please don't tell me that. I was expecting like, yo, Lewis in pole, Lewis on podium, yo, this is going off. And I'm like, shit, I need to get on it. But it was just like, nah man, that race was dead. But to be fair, when I watched it back, some of it was dead, obviously. I think like past lap 20 or something. But I thought the first bit was quite exciting. But well, I say exciting. There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
That was the race where Ocon and oh my god, who was it? It was just Alpine was out.
Yeah, it's because of Zoe. They had a little collision and then Zoe got a 5-second penalty.
Yeah, Ocon and Gasly were out. And for me, it was just like, oh shit, like what is going to happen now? Because obviously I'm always trying to root for those two. I'm always trying to, find a new star boy. And when them two were out straight away, I was just thinking Alpine. And this was like the second week in a row where both of their cars DNF. And it was just like, yo, something needs to go on now. But that's what's happening now, isn't it, ladies? Obviously we won't talk about it yet, but fast forward 2 weeks, maybe 3.
It's actually kind of peak over there still.
Yeah, exactly.
Been kind of sticky.
Yes, it's getting quite interesting. But like Anita, I found the race boring. Like, I raced home. Like, literally, let me paint a picture for you. So I was in the edit suite with my editor. I just cut a piece. I think this was for just before the France game. Was it just before the France game? Just before France and Jamaica, I think. So I just cut something for it. And my manager was like, maybe I'll try and find something for you to do. No, because literally I timed this well. Right, the race was starting at 2:00. So I finished what I was doing at 12. So if I'd left work by like 20 past 12, I would have got home just in time. And I was like, I've gotta go. I never told her I gotta go, but I was like, come on, like, So anyway, got home just in time for lights out. And when I saw the first bit of the race, I was like, fuck is this? But look, what happened? It was so short-lived. Like, when you've got a balloon and you just pop it, like, it just deflated. And I was so tired anyway that I fell asleep probably like lap 40-something. I was like, forget this, man. Just forget it. When I saw Max there, I was like, oh, fuck it.
What? is really upsetting, it's just a gentle reminder that even if Lewis had a good start, Lewis still would have probably come forth. Like I don't think there was anything Lewis could have done in those circumstances, because the second he had a bad start, the Lewis I know would be able to redeem it, still be in second. My man came tumbling all the way down to fourth. I could not believe it. And he fucked up. Like, it was him when he goes on the radio saying, sorry about that, guys. I was like, don't say sorry to your team. Say sorry to all of us at home.
But
say
the thing
sorry to
is,
us.
even they were saying, like, on the not on the radio, just over the race, they were just saying, like, oh, it's interesting that he's apologizing so early on in the race. And I was like, yeah, man, chill. We've got a whole race. Chill. It's okay.
Girl, he
Saying
knew.
sorry, and it wasn't even that bad. There was no crash.
Happy for Lando. Am I happy for Lando? Yeah, I guess I'm happy for Lando. Happy for McLaren, and to see that they're doing well. Happy for Oscar as well. I think it's good for him. It's such a confident boost as well, just to like cement, oh yeah, I've made the right decision coming here, because we know what controversy was like before he came to McLaren with Alpine saying, oh yeah, like he's signing for us, blah blah. No, he's not. He was like, ain't no one told me that. So yeah, happy for them.
Not impressed though. Perez, what's happening to you? Are you okay?
You know what, yeah? That boy is very lucky that he knows how to race. Because on qualifying days, that boy is a sitting duck. Maybe he's not like Max. Maybe he just doesn't want to be on the front row every week. Maybe he likes to challenge. Maybe he likes to fight his way up, because I don't see how you have the fastest car on the grid by a margin. It's not even like 1/10 or 2/10. No, by a wide margin, and you are not competing for pole week in, week out. You have 2 wins to your name. Max has 10. Have some shame. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, people compare it to Valtteri and Lewis, which is fair enough. I get it. But I don't think Valtteri was as bad, because at least Valtteri was fighting for pole every single week. Valtteri was fighting Lewis every single week. It was literally just a matter of Lewis would always outdo him sometimes. And that's literally just what it was. But Perez opens his nyash. And I just can't seem to fathom why this keeps happening to him. But luckily, he got podium anyway. And I knew he would, only because he started in 9th. And I'm thinking, if you're starting in 9th, your car is fast enough to get to fighting for 1st or 2nd. It is fast enough to get all the way there before this race ends. I'm surprised he wasn't fighting for 1st with Max Verstappen. We'll get onto Belgium later, but all of this, it blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did hear them say that after that race. Sorry, are we still beyond Hungary?
Yeah.
I did. After that, they said, Perez came out and said, you know what, I think we've figured out what the problem is with my car, and we've figured out what the problem is in terms of like on qualifying. I'm not quite sure what the problem was, but obviously there's a huge issue with you qualifying, and then when it comes to race day, it's just looking very dismal. And it was just like, I don't really understand what's happening here, because how are you so far behind? Like, Max is literally racing by himself. Like, by himself. He's not racing with a teammate. Like, at least when Lewis was with Bottas, that's someone he could call on to be like, yo, Bottas, not all the time, but like, Bottas is there, and the results weren't such a disparity. Like, this is a big difference here.
But this has only happened, I would say, recently, the last like 5 races, because the first maybe 5 races, actually it was them two, a 1-2 most of the time. In fact, Perez was a 1, some of the time. So actually it's only recently, and it's making me think, like, what is it? Is it that he's losing confidence? I don't think it's just to do with the car. I think it's something to do with him.
Guys, I ain't into all of the conspiracy theories, right? I'm not into conspiracies. I don't think there is one.
Are you sure, Anita? I'm just some conspiracies on this podcast before.
Listen, I like to voice out when I hear a conspiracy in it. All I'm saying is, I'm not saying this is happening, so don't take my word as gospel. All I'm saying is, from the outside looking in, when you know that teams can alter cars and have a lead car and a second car, it starts to seem like things have been altered on Perez's car for qualifying that makes Max more superior on that qualifying day. So somebody, i.e. Perez, doesn't mess up somebody else's bag, i.e. Helmut Marko.
Now, that really is a conspiracy theory, Anita. I don't know if that's what I thought.
I don't believe in it. I'm just putting it out there because think about it this way. Think about it this way. It was in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, Perez last one. Yeah. And he said that he's fighting for the title. Yeah, ever since then, it's just back to stopping. And that's when his qualifying luck went to shits. I'm just saying, when money's involved, things happen.
Well, yeah, who knows? What one thing I will say is, when there comes to a bit of track goss, we have historically been the first to mention it. I'm going to pull out a few examples. Let's talk about the week before we saw Shakira rocking up at bare races of Lewis Hamilton. Did I not say, I'm sure there's something going on with Shakira and Lewis Hamilton the week before, right? And then what was the other? Oh, Daniel Ricciardo coming in to the race the week before it was announced that Daniel Ricciardo was going to be joining back to Formula One. I said, guys, I've seen this. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't believe it. Not until next season. But I'm hearing that Nick de Vries is out and Daniel Ricciardo is in. All I'm saying, if y'all want the scoop, you go got it. You go got it, because 2 times now, big scoops. We were talking about that the week before. So who knows? Maybe Anita's conspiracy theory could be a something. Who knows?
Remember, I told you guys, look, Daniel Ricciardo wouldn't be on the track. He wouldn't be doing these things if he weren't looking for that seat
at Red Bull. Okay. And he's already said that's his goal. Red Bull is his goal. But
all of a sudden, somebody's car's not performing well.
If Daniel Ricciardo is in Red Bull now next season, I'm going to be like, yo!
As you know, what did I say? Money makes the world go round. Daniel Ricciardo is a money maker. Sponsors love him. Watch this space. Watch this. May not be next season, but the season after.
Maybe we're going to conspiracy theory now, but let's see.
But don't forget, Perez does make the money, especially in their Mexican markets. Perez does make them money. Like, obviously, Daniel Ricciardo, he is a good marketable person, but Perez does make the money. And even even Christian Horner has said that is.
The joke was, it was actually a slip of the tongue, but is the slip of the tongue like, is it there?
Even, I don't know. And I keep going to say, Karen, even Christian Horner has said it himself, that, you know, Perez does make them money. He does well for them in their Mexican markets, blah, blah. But like Anita said, it's no coincidence that he has said, I want to challenge for the title. And all of a sudden, you can't be fucking up. So what's going on? What's going on?
Maybe Anita's first suggestion was right. Maybe it could be that actually he wants a challenge and he wants to fight his way up the grid. Because speaking of a challenge, when I saw that happening again, I actually thought, I don't know why my brain went to this moment, but I thought, I wonder if Max is just going to get bored of winning when he's won a certain amount of times. Like, let's say he surpasses like all the world titles, he's got it all. Would he change car? Is he the sort of person where he would change car just to have a challenge, just to prove that he can do it?
No, he probably would, but not anytime soon. Yeah. But the thing is, if I was Red Bull, I would be also putting as much effort into Perez as I would be to Max, because you are obviously trying to get 2 titles, you're trying to get Max's next title, and you're trying to get the constructors title. So wouldn't you also be wanting Perez to do well? But here on a qualifying day, you are dismantling the man's car, like you are fucking up the whole thing.
Well, you're saying this, but this is what I'm the same. I'm in agreement. I feel like surely they would want both of their drivers to be equally as good, and that's why I can't get behind the conspiracy theory, because I'm like, nobody would do that, surely.
But on the other hand,
Oh,
Max is their little white savior. So, you know.
listen, I wasn't even gonna go there with the white savior thing. You know, like,
I said it. I said it.
I
meant it.
All I'm gonna say is Max Verstappen currently has 314 points. Red Bull has 503 points. Mercedes, who are in second, has 247 points. Really and truly, Max Verstappen can win this title on his own. They don't need Perez to win the title. Max is doing it
all by himself.
The conspiracy continues.
Okay, fine. Well, moving on from conspiracies and from the Hungarian Grand Prix, let's mention Belgium just a little bit, and also the re-entering of Danny Rick, because at first just in general, I wasn't particularly impressed, but then I thought, well, then again, why would I be? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like he ended on a particularly great note in racing and in positions, but also now he's probably in a worse car.
Well, the thing with the Danny Rick situation is, obviously we know that Nick de Vries wasn't doing particularly well in his car at, where is he, AlphaTauri?
Yeah.
So we know that he wasn't necessarily picking up the points, and they'd come, even Helmut Marko said, like, he's got a couple races to prove, like, it's up to you basically what you want to do. If you want to drive to survive, you can do that. If not, then it's kind of up to you basically.
Thing is, like, Yuki wasn't doing well either. Like, I get that Yuki's already proven himself in a season before, but it's just, this is his first season in Formula One, and you can say he's not a rookie, but it's still his first season in Formula One. You haven't given him a good car. You kind of haven't really given him a chance to get any points and stuff, because I think Yuki had 2 points when Nick de Vries got the sack, and Nick de Vries had 0 points. But what's the difference between 2 and 0? You're still rock bottom last. Do you know what I mean? So it was just a bit premature, but hey,
yeah,
I like Danny Rick anyway.
I think on race day, if you are not outperforming your teammate on race day, especially, it's kind of like, well, what are you doing here? You need to at least be trying to be higher or equal as him, and they were probably looking at that like, well, you're not even outperforming Yuki.
I'm not being funny, but didn't they give Katie PK's baby dad bare time? What's his name again? The one that Max Verstappen's clotting. What's his name? I forgot his name. What's his name?
Oh my God, Danny. You talking about Danny?
Yeah. If they could give him time, they can give Nick de Vries some time.
Well, I agree actually, because I was comparing him more to not Yuki, but actually more to Logan Sargent, who's had bare time and still, regularly either not finishing or not getting any points or not really proving himself. And I was kind of like, nah, man, I feel like Nick de Vries just needs, and Yuki Tsunoda, do you remember that one season where all I did was cuss him out, same as I was doing for Magnussen with this season? And I was actually cussing out, I think, Nick de Vries a bit less than I was Magnussen this season. So I don't know. I feel and he is face.
It's purely just because I think it's an ageist issue. Nick de Vries is 28.
Really?
He's 28. Yeah, he's older than me. Like, that's crazy. But I feel like because he's 28.
Daniel Ricciardo ain't young.
Yeah, but Danny Ricciardo is marketable.
And experienced.
And experienced.
Yeah.
I like Nick, but in front of the camera, Nick is kind of awkward.
Yeah, I was actually thinking, I wonder, this was like before it got announced that he was leaving or kicked out. I was thinking, I wonder if the sponsorship and sponsors are going to start dropping because he's not doing particularly well. And a lot of them are driver errors. It's not like there's a fault with the car, it is a driver error, which means there's something wrong with you and where you're driving. So yeah, I was thinking, I wonder if it's got something to do with money and sponsorships. And Danny Rick's probably been like, here's 10 milli,
Yep.
put me back in the seat and I'll show you that I can drive the car. And
Listen,
he is
it's
driving the
true.
car a bit better. Not obviously amazing, but a bit better.
It's one of them ones where, yeah, like in the sponsorship game, if you can't drive, at least be somebody that you can put in front of camera, because that's when the sponsors will start paying the money. At McLaren, was Ricardo still not he was not driving well, he wasn't, but he was still getting that sponsorship money.
I was going to say the same thing with Lando, right? Everyone knew him from Twitch. He was popular. Young people love him. Yeah, I agree. Same thing with Charles Leclerc. I mean, he's not doing, he's not being amazing, but everyone loves him.
That's a money maker. Charles Leclerc is a model. Like, that's
beautiful.
He is a beautiful, beautiful guy. Carlos Sainz, as awkward as he is in front of the camera,
he's funny though.
He's fucking hilarious.
Comedy gold from Carlos Sainz, I
Oh,
think.
hilarious.
And Xavi on the radio. Someone get Xavi a little gig, a little show to like hear a bit more.
Everyone in F1 has a personality that is marketable, and unfortunately Nick de Vries, that's why it was easy to get rid of him. He doesn't have that. So the only thing that was interesting about his personality was the fact that loan sharks were chasing him. I hope he's paid them back.
Aside from the marketable situation though, it was that test run that they did, I think it was test run after Silverstone. Danny Ricciardo got in the car, tested in a Red Bull. Apparently his time was so good that that's when Helmut and Christian said, hey, let's talk. And so I was thinking, what did he have to do on a test run for you to be like, yeah, he can come into AlphaTauri? But the thing is, like, Daniel wasn't going to be driving a Red Bull. He was going to be driving AlphaTauri. So the time that you're trying to say like, oh, he did this time and it was sick and blah, blah, like he was really good, just know that he's going to be in a different car on track day. So yeah, I think that conversation, I would love to have been like a fly on the wall when Daniel got that call. I think I heard Daniel saying like when he got the call from Helmut Marko, he was pretty much like, he was very elated and happy, but he was very much like, okay, like let's do this, obviously. And he knew that was his goal. He knew that he wanted to get back in. I don't think he knew it was going to be this quick, but he knew I'm getting back.
He knew. What racing driver doesn't eat
Even
burgers?
Anita knew.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we all knew. We actually all knew. And if you see how fit Daniel Ricciardo is, yeah, look at how fit he is. You don't get back into fitness like that if you don't know you're getting a seat. You don't.
He stayed ready, obviously.
He stayed ready because he knew.
Definitely stayed ready, but on a human element, I was like, wow, could you just imagine being Nick de Vries? You've just finished your race and we're coming into a new week, and then you hear the news that Daniel Ricciardo is about to come and replace you, and we ain't even at the summer break yet. We ain't even
I heard it before they even did the race. Remember, I was saying it the week before on the podcast. I was like, I've heard this, but maybe it's not happening. Do you know what I mean? He might have even seen the rumors. That is enough to crush anybody's soul when you're going into a race, right?
Absolutely, because like imagine hearing, right, you're about to get dropped on. You're about to get dropped. You don't drive to survive. You're about to get dropped.
Speaking of drive to survive, that's what I can't wait to see next season. This moment when Daniel, because you know what they're going to do? They're going to bring him back into the seat and he's going to sit down and it's like, I'm back, baby. You know it's going to be such a Danny Rick moment where he just bring him back into the seat. He sits down and goes, yeah, I'm back.
He's going to say a corny ass joke and everybody's back.
Yeah.
Oh my
Danny
God.
Rick, back again.
So I feel like I'll put money on that. I will put money on that.
I told you we got the scoop. We got the scoop.
Poor Nick though, like on a human level, okay, fair enough. But at the same time, Lewis Hamilton said it himself, it's a Red Bull thing. Like, you go to a Red Bull team, this is what you got to expect. It's so unfortunate, but he should have gone Williams. When he had the chance, he should have taken it and gone to Williams, a Mercedes team. Going to Red Bull as a Mercedes ex-driver?
Savage.
There was a target on your back from the second you walked through the doors.
Exactly. It's savage. I mean, look, the same thing happened to Alex Albon. He was in that Red Bull car. They said, cut it, bye. They said no. They talked about that car so fucking fast. His feet didn't touch the ground.
Bro,
Yeah.
and the thing is, the second he got a chance to move to Williams, he took it like that.
Yeah, what choice did he have? Can we stop going to Spa, please?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Do you know what's so freaking hilarious? Like, I saw the Spa tickets go down to like stupid prices, like 50 quid to go to Spa, yeah. And I was so tempted to go. And then I had to remind myself, it is going to rain.
Right.
And lo and behold, it rained.
I'm not doing that. I'm not standing outside in the rain for no one to watch no cars. You're driving down. I'm sorry. Unless I'm in the garage with Mercedes, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, simple as that.
That's not the way you get me there.
To be honest, I'll take any garage. Red Bull, if you want to hit me up, I'll wear your top.
I'll go to Ferrari. Fuck that. I'll go to Ferrari or Mercedes, but I'm not standing in the rain.
Real quick though, like if you do get an opportunity to go chill with Ferrari, yeah, on a race day, how do you keep your cool? Especially if you're in the garage, how do you keep your cool? Because me, I'll start cussing people, especially Chappy.
Is it my job? No, I'm just there for the amusement. I'll bring the popcorn and I'll be just like, okay, what strategy are we on? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'm sorry, but that's not my issue. It's not my fault.
I'll start cussing people out. I'll find where Chavi is because Chavi needs to stop derailing my Charles Leclerc. He needs to stop. Charles, I'm rooting for you, honey. I am rooting for you. He's the only man that can save us in this Max Verstappen era.
I think we're all rooting for both of them over there. Like, I think as much as people, I shouldn't speak to everybody, but as much as people may not obviously support Ferrari and they support their own teams, they've been through the shit. They've been through the shit over there.
Imagine being top 2 cars to not be in top 4. Can you imagine? Jesus. God almighty.
It's a sad, sad day.
Aston Martin, McLaren, Mercedes, and Red Bull are now all faster than you. You were top 2 fighting with Red Bull last year. Oh, God, I'd vomit. I'm so sorry. Charles, please, whenever you're ready, move.
I'm sad because now I need to find a new team to support next season because I can't go for them third time lucky. I bet I'm going to end up putting my hands and my head in my hands and being like, oh, I knew I should have stuck with them. But, you know, I do need to switch it up now because I've given them too much of my heart, my time, my headspace. I might go with Aston Martin. Who knows?
I don't know.
I've got Lance Stroll.
Are you a cat?
What do you mean?
Because cats aren't loyal.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Cats will eat you when you die.
Yeah.
They will
Well,
eat you.
I am loyal, but I do think, you know,
What?
I think I'm allowed to switch it up too.
No.
I think I'm allowed to switch it up.
That's like me being a Chelsea fan and then one day saying, do you know what? Arsenal were close to the league. I'm going to support.
Well, no. It's not about them being close. It's not about them being close. Like, I'm a big supporter of like Williams and they're not close. But it's not that. It's just I feel like actually, I mean, what do you want me to do? Keep supporting a team who's just not nah. I mean, even I remember when Anita was a Max Verstappen fan. You know what? You can't just change your mind and say, "Oh, I'm not a Max Verstappen." But, you know, I can't change my mind and say, "Oh, I want to support a different team for a season." You know,
when somebody shows their ass, right? Max Verstappen has proven on a number of occasions he doesn't give a fuck about my kind. He doesn't give a fuck about my kind. He hates Lewis Hamilton, who I love way more than Max Verstappen. He has no respect for anybody else apart from himself and his circle. Like, you got to look at his character. Like, I never once supported Red Bull. I supported Max Verstappen, and I've looked at his character and I've said, you know what? I wish you well. You are a great driver, but I can't support you anymore. And it was a conflict of interest.
Oh my God. Right. You can't. I mean, really, you should just stick to one team. I hear what you're saying, Chanise, but you know,
I think Ferrari will surprise you next season.
Just stick it out.
Okay.
Stick it out. You never know what might.
Keep saying that because you guys don't want me to choose a team that's going to fucking win next season. You're trying to keep me trying to defend these people who ain't winning. Every week I have to come on this podcast saying, "Oh no, they're fine. They're going to be totally fine. Don't worry. Mateo's out now. It's going to be okay."
You know what, Chanise? If Lewis still could be going to Ferrari next season. A contract still hasn't been signed, so
if that happens, oh my God.
If Lewis goes to Ferrari, I go to Ferrari with him. I like Ferrari jackets anyway. Like they're so.
I'm all for it, you know.
I'm all for a bit of
Do you know
a
how
Ferrari
good
move.
I look in red?
I
Oh
hate
my
red,
god.
but, you know, I would risk it all for a chocolate biscuit.
Period. Put Lewis in a Ferrari, I buy a Ferrari.
Should have stayed at home.
If I had to choose, I should have stayed at home the whole season. You guys know who I would choose for this. It was
I don't know.
No, you do.
I don't.
It would absolutely be Kevin Magnussen.
Oh,
That's not who I thought you were going to choose.
And my star boy for the season so far, sorry, I keep saying whole season, the season so far, for me, it was out of 2, but I went with Alex Albon.
Okay. Cute, but I mean, he hasn't won or come.
No, I've just always had this soft spot for Alex Albon, and I do just think that this season he's really tried to push himself, and in particular in a Williams car as well. And I just think he's done really well. I was considering Lando, but I actually feel like he only came into the season a bit more for me in the last few races. So I was kind of like, nah, it's got to be Alex for me, who has, done amazing, but he's been fairly consistent.
Do you know what? I will give mine to the 2 rookies, and I'll give my star boy to Oscar Piastri, and I should have stayed at home to Logan Sargent, because I feel like, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Do you want to know why? Yeah, Oscar Piastri has shown me he's gonna be a world champion. In your first bloody season, you are fighting at the top, and it's one of them ones where you can look at me sideways, but Alex Albon is always fighting in top 10. Where's Logan Sargent always fighting? By himself in 20th. Every single time. And it just shows me that Oscar Piastri, give him the right machinery, give him enough time, give him enough practice, he will, what's the word? Not perform, not provide.
Prosper?
He will prosper. You give him all the tools and he will prosper. Because the fact that he's going toe-to-toe with Max Verstappen in Belgium, the Belgian Grand Prix, when they went qualifying, I think it was 11 thousandths or something. He was this close to getting on pole from Max Verstappen. He was this close, bro. He was this close to being to leading a race, yeah. No, he did lead a race in his rookie season. He's the first rookie to do it since Max
Verstappen. For a couple of laps, and then Max took over. Yeah,
no, he's the first rookie to do it since Lewis Hamilton. The first one to do it since Lewis Hamilton. That's crazy. So Oscar Piastri, he's shown me that you give him the right machinery, right teammate, right team, he's going to provide for you. And that boy, I underestimated him at the start. I'll put my hands up. I underestimated him. But now I see he's got that dog in him, and I can't wait to see what he does next season. Lando, if Oscar gets his first win before you do, boy, oh boy, I think heaven will shake.
Of course.
Shake.
Mm-hmm.
He could have done it in Belgium as well, but
You've inspired me to believe in him. It might not be next season, but I do think in like 3, maybe 4 seasons' time, we'll be like, you heard it here first. He's winning the World Championship. You heard it here first.
Next season, I'm supporting McLaren. That's my second team.
Wait a minute. You can't just dive off your team and then say,
my second team. You know, I always have a second.
No, since when?
Exactly. You guys were coming for me.
Since when
saying,
have
I
you had
can't
a
change
second?
my Ferrari team, but you get to change yours to McLaren. Nah, man.
Why you're wearing orange?
That's a violation.
This is why you're wearing orange. I'm confused.
Team Papaya, baby.
And second team, no, we're not going to go there.
No,
So,
I've always had a second team.
which is?
Actually, I don't want to say it because now I'm scared.
Be scared, be embarrassed. Who is it? Pardon? You turn the camera off.
The camera I've got on mute. Anita, we're waiting. We're waiting.
If you don't stop playing Habit on fucking Zoom.
I'm joking. It's always been Williams. I always want the best for Williams. Always.
So
Huh?
who's your number one team at the moment? Sorry, remind me.
Mercedes.
Mercedes. Then you're
Mercedes.
talking
And
to
I've always
McLaren,
been
but
a bit-
Williams is your second team. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. So I'm hearing 3 teams coming
My
from
face.
now.
Wait. No. Next season, my second team is McLaren. I'm dropping Williams.
Oh, right. Okay, I see.
Am
Okay.
I allowed? God, my second team in football is Charlton. Like, can't I do that?
I mean, if we might as well have second teams then. Fucking hell.
You don't like anyone apart from Lewis, Simone.
Mercedes.
Girl, if you could only support Lewis of Mercedes, you would. Because when it comes down to George and Lewis, you ain't saying equal battle. You're saying, George, you better follow them team orders.
Please.
You're
Know your
saying,
place.
"Better
Know your place.
follow."
Play your position. I know your place. Okay. Y'all with your
I'm
second
supporting
team.
McLaren next season.
Right,
Simone,
Simone.
at least you can pick another team too.
Okay, well that's it then, isn't it? I'm definitely picking another team, but we'll reconvene on who my other team is going to be. I'm going to take some time now to decide because you've already had this in your head the whole time. So,
Had it
Simone,
in my head and not said shit, not said anything to anyone, just kept it by yourself.
exactly, and it causes somebody else out for wanting to change. How do you know that Aston Martin were my second team, and actually I just want to flip my second and third team around? I'm not getting rid of one of mine. I'm just flipping them around.
Girl, if Aston Martin was your second team, I'd have to question you because that would mean you're a nepo baby.
Because I don't understand what on earth you're supporting over there. Is
I
it
know,
Girl.
but it's not about. I know. That's why it can't, because there's something about supporting Lance Stroll. Nothing against him, obviously, but man, it would
God.
just be great to have like Alex Albon and Lando in a team, and they'll be my dream team. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, Simone, who is your should have stayed at home and star boy for the season so far?
I should have stayed at home for the season. Is Alpine, the whole team, as an entire team, because I just feel like you've had too many fuck ups. There's been too many fuck ups in that team. But I'm looking at like how we were looking at Ferrari last season. Like, what the fuck is going on over there? Like, you lot are moving mad. Like, I'm so confused. Like, they're actually giving me a headache. Like, I'm getting a headache right now just thinking about them, because your drivers are colliding. We knew that, yes, they're both French drivers and, they've got history and whatnot, but I didn't think it would be this much of an issue on track. But you know what the maddest thing is? I don't actually deep down think that Esteban and Pierre, I don't think that they actually hate each other. I just feel like something in that team just isn't right. And now we've seen what's happened. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, is it Otmar?
Yeah.
He gone.
Bye-bye.
How do you get sacked on, like, whilst you're at work? Like, actually, like, it's not even like someone called you on your weekend, like, hey, don't come to work this weekend, like, don't turn up to work today, like, it's cool, like, we've sorted it out, we've got someone new in, blah blah. Like, right here, right now, you got to finish this job, but this is your last kind of peak still. I'm not
But
gonna
he deserves it. I'm not even gonna lie. You lose Oscar PSG, your team's not working really well. The team was fine. Well, not fine, but the team was better last season. Like, he's just, yeah, he deserves it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't feel sorry for him at all. And my star boy is probably going to be, oh fucking hell, I didn't even think about this because I didn't know we were going to do this. Huh?
Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
How about Perez?
He needs a prayer.
He does. He does.
He needs intervention. Perez needs a prayer circle, and he needs all of, like, the Mexican gods, whoever you pray to, they all need to come together, serenades, all of that. Get the crystals out, get whatever you need out, get your Palo Santo, get your everything, just get it all out.
How about Alonso?
Chanise, I really and truly, I just don't understand what you're trying to do here.
I'm trying to help.
I just don't understand what you're
I'm trying to
do.
help.
You know what? I will probably give it to Lando, and that's only because of the last couple of races that I'm going to give it to him. Obviously, not for the start of the season. I didn't want to. Obviously, I can't really give it to Lewis and George because I'm like, well, we're not where we need to be. But yeah, But then if it wasn't for Lando, I'd probably give it to Oscar as well, because I've really seen the maturity in him as well for such a young person, and just how, you know, he's taken to this winning streak. Like when I seen him on track the last couple of races, I was like, God damn, look at this boy. No wonder Alpine wanted him.
Mm-hmm.
He
Maybe
wants to be
Lando
faster than
is a
Lando.
good option actually, because maybe it just shows progression. It might only be like the last couple of races that he's been doing really well, but actually that just shows progression throughout the season. So I think you can get away with Lando.
Ooh.
What
Sorry.
has been yours favourite moments?
Favorite moment? Lewis Hamilton getting pole. I think that was a high for me, and I couldn't get down from that high. That entire Saturday, I was gassed. I was so gassed. So that's my high. That's my highlight of the season.
That was a beautiful, beautiful moment. I'm not going to lie.
Beautiful moment.
That was a beautiful moment. And also seeing Oscar Piastri lead the race, like lead a couple of laps. I was like, what? A new race leader apart from Max? I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Girl, that was so short-lived.
I don't think I have a favourite moment. I've enjoyed the moments where Perez has won and Max was second. I think that was in the beginning, you know, stage of the season. I thought that was really fun because I thought, oh, actually, maybe it could be a Red Bull v Red Bull this season, but I don't know. Someone put a stop to that. I don't know what my favorite moments were. Oh, I've had some very funny moments from George on the radio giving instructions.
Yeah.
They were some really funny and some of my favorite moments actually. Just George, that was comedy gold, killing me on the radio. Like that one time I was like, honestly, guys, I'm telling you, it's raining.
And it was just sweat.
Sweat on his helmet. Oh,
it was sweat. George has made me laugh this season so unintentionally. He's hilarious.
Yeah, I'd say they're some of my favorite moments. What was your favorite moment?
Oh, I said it. I said, no, Oscar, lead it. Obviously, Lewis been on pole, but obviously it's very short-lived because that was just like, oh, it took us back in it. Like LH fans were excited, happy. It was like, oh my God, the memes were coming out. Like it was just like, look at this. Everybody was happy. Twitter was good. Black Twitter was uniting. Oh, it was a time to be alive. And then the race happened and it was like, for fuck's sake, man, like, this is shit. Actually really, really shit. So yeah.
Wow.
That was probably my favorite moments. There's definitely been some really funny moments on radio, like you guys were saying, like George thinking it was raining and it was just sweat dripping. I'm like, come on, George, come on,
man.
No, but then also even Max joking on his radio, saying funny things to his like engineer, like, what do you want me to do, another pit stop so y'all can get some practice? Like those kind of moments as well were quite funny.
Yeah. But then next race, Dutch Grand Prix, bank holiday weekend. Is everyone actually watching it? Because I'm at Lost Village Festival that day. So is anyone going to be catching up with the race?
Nope.
It's my birthday and I'm working.
Oh.
Just no.
She said just no.
Just no for the whole race, for the whole Dutch Grand Prix?
Well, it's going to be a Max Verstappen win. Checo in second, because they've now fixed his car now that he cannot win the championship. Checo in second, maybe Lando in third. I'm not watching.
So did you say maybe Lando in third?
Maybe.
I don't have
Depends.
It will definitely have to be Max in first place.
Of course.
But I'm just thinking, like, maybe it'll surprise us. Maybe we'll be like, yo, everyone needs to get on this. I'm going to be in the middle of a forest at a festival, being like, with no, because that's where the festival is. It's a festival in a forest. No.
She's asking to get killed. This is a horror movie, basically. And she's black, and she's
movie.
biracial. You are going to get killed first.
No, honestly, I'm going to have the best time. I went last
Can
year.
you
And
run
had the best
fast?
time.
Can you run fast?
No, not really.
Ah.
Damn,
But I'm good at hiding. And that's what I've been doing. I've been playing games with my little brothers, like on the Nintendo Switch, and it's this fighting game, and I can't fight. I can't use the controller, so I just hide around the corner until they've all battled it out, and I'm the last one.
You
What a
smart.
tactic. What a tactic.
Tactics.
Smart. You smart.
But before we go, I just want to have a quick mention to Pod Bible, who mentioned us in their publication, which I thought was so sweet. And they put us in the list of top 6 F1 podcasts. And they wrote, read it up. It's 3 Black women talking all things Formula 1 is the tagline. And it's fun, rough and ready. Show that brings 3 exciting new voices in podcasting to give you a fresh and funky take on the weekend's track action. Keeping in hilarious slip of the tongue, like Caribbean Grand Prix. You mentioned that. What a spectacle that would be. It would be good. I'm sorry, but it would be.
It would.
Yeah.
I'd be there. I'd go.
Absolutely.
It's probably the one Grand Prix where I would make it like a religion. Like we have to just be there. It's the Caribbean Grand Prix.
Absolutely. It says, and what a spectacle that would be. Spectacle that would be, and scolding each other for missing quali. They know us too well. Simone, Chanise, and Anita are 3 friends you're desperate to chat to after every race weekend.
Oh,
So sweet.
It is.
I feel like they really know us. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like they've really listened to like who we are, what we talk about.
That was one of the most shocking things I've ever come across. I was like, but in a beautiful way, like, what? We're on a list? Us? What? No, it was really, really cute. So shout out, I think it was Hajar Woodland who did the article. And I was like, that's really sweet because there were some big name podcasts on that list as well as us.
Mm-hmm.
So
Little old us say one day we'll be one of those big names getting paid from Shmani. But
Damn right.
no, we'll be trackside soon enough. Yeah.
Let's end on a more positive note. Like our podcast is absolutely brilliant. Everyone needs to be tuning in. Boom.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, what was the date of the next race again?
27th of August.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be in Donington Park. What is it? Touring cars. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to.
Where's that?
I think it's Derby.
Oh, okay. I thought it was in London. About to say good luck because it's carnival.
No.
Pissed.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why Anita's not watching the race, of course.
Oh no, honey. I don't go carnival. I'm gonna be at home sitting down, not watching that race. I swear.
Just preeing it through Twitter.
I won't even do that. Football's gonna be on. Hallelujah.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, I can't even watch that. I'm just going to be at work, which is going to be sad. But
you're not watching the Dutch Grand Prix, you'd hear the Dutch national anthem twice.
I know it's sad. Las Vegas Grand Prix that's going to be something else.
Did you guys hear that the US viewership has gone down by 600,000?
Why? What happened?
Because Max keeps winning, and Christian Horner's like, well, who cares?
Oh, that's not nice.
When he's making his money, why would this be nice?
Now the Netherlands, I'm sorry, I'm not game for that. I feel like I might as well not watch it, even though I'm not going to watch it. It's just going to be like, we kind of know what the result's going to be.
Yeah.
But do we though?
Yeah.
Surprised.
Yeah. How is he not going to win at home?
Well, no, obviously we'll know who'll be first, but like everything else.
Oh, Chanise. Anyway, girls, I gotta go sort my chicken out. I gotta go take a shower. I'm back on the World Cup tomorrow.
I'm gonna go get back on the Mario Kart of my little brothers.
That's cute.
I'm gonna take a nap.
A nap at this time?
Do you know what? I'm probably gonna sleep through the night, but that's fine.
That's not a nap, it's a sleep.
Girl, I'm gonna sleep then.
It's a sleepy sleep. Well, guys.
Long day.
Oh,
See you later.
Bye, guys.